Hello everyone and welcome to my Bachelor Nation official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and gives this video a thumbs up. While Grant Ellis of The Bachelor admired contestant Carolina Sofia's transparency and communication, her troubled connections with the other ladies jeopardized his prospects of finding love. Grant and Carolina hit it off right away, as the public relations producer landed one of the season's first one-on-one dates. This Las Vegas date verified their chemistry, and Carolina cemented her position as the frontrunner. Carolina found herself at the heart of the show's turmoil, despite the fact that her relationship with Grant appeared to be completely healthy. This drama will eventually lead to her ruin. Many contestants on The Bachelor Season 29 thought Carolina was pushing boundaries. Her first infraction came when the women were separated for their first group date. Carolina participated on the group performance date and ultimately won. While the other women were having fun on stage, Carolina straddled and kissed Grant. She would continue to ruffle feathers throughout the season, monopolizing Grant's time. Grant may have a connection with the actress, but her frequent involvement in drama has harmed other relationships. She made his leadership role as onerous as possible. Carolina was the focus of the show's drama. The women were irritated by her close and lengthy interaction with Grant on stage, but tensions rose in the following week. Carolina had a great one-on-one with Grant. However, the ensuing group outing shattered the vibe. This clearly irritated the other women, especially since the majority had yet to obtain a date. Then Rose made a comment that sent her off. Rose had casually mentioned Grant that he was thinking about her while dancing with the other women. This would cover his time with Carolina. Carolina was so offended that she interrupted his conversation with Natalie to confront him. Grant was outraged that Rose would misinterpret his words. He in turn confronted Rose. Rose chose to commit suicide after the talk went so poorly. Carolina remained in the competition because Grant valued her honesty. Although the drama had been resolved, Carolina continued to complain. The celebrity questioned the show's concept and how she could commit to Grant after just one date. While the question was valid, the others were tired of hearing Carolina's pity party. She seems ungrateful for their time together. Juliana pushed her to one side, but Carolina remained defensive and rude. She retorted, this confrontation resulted in additional time with Grant after he noticed her in tears. The cycle continued for the following week. Carolina's pouting dominated the show and Grant's attention, but by this point, Grant was well aware of the dynamics. In a conversation with Dina, Grant stated that he clocked the issue, and Carolina was formally eliminated. Her chemistry with Grant was obscured by persistent negativity. While Carolina maintains she is fully accountable for her acts on the show, the other women disagree. On the Tell-All episode, she and numerous participants, including Rose Somk, Dina Lupenko, Beverly Ortega, and even Alex Godin, butted heads. The widespread consensus was that her unhappiness was understandable. However, her decision to bring the drama to Grant, particularly just before the rose ceremony, put the others in danger. Drama is to be expected on a reality show, but when the vast majority of the women share the same viewpoint, red flags go up. Carolina was the primary cause of the tension, and while she pretended to be sorry about the consequences, she was unable to accept full responsibility for her role. Her critical views on the drama meant that her connections with the finalists were never mended. This was especially surprising for her and Dina because the women reconciled on the show but resumed their feud online. Carolina and Dina were fighting on TikTok after Dina released a teaser for the upcoming week. Carolina perceived the video as a threat and responded angrily. She left the tournament with only enemies. Carolina and Grant may have had genuine chemistry, but Carolina's role on the show harmed his relationships with others. Carolina should have focused exclusively on her connection with Grant rather than causing trouble. These tensions eventually made Grant's life difficult. He was more concerned with resolving the conflict than with his personal happiness. Although the decision was difficult, Grant was correct in eliminating Carolina. The Bachelor was fervently looking for this life companion, and Carolina chose her feelings over Grant's success. Hopefully, the lead will select a less difficult and more compatible companion as the season's winner. Only time will tell. While Grant Ellis of The Bachelor admired contestant Carolina Sofia's transparency and communication, her troubled connections with the other ladies jeopardized his prospects of finding love. Grant and Carolina hit it off right away, as the public relations producer landed one of the season's first one-on-one dates. This Las Vegas date verified their chemistry, and Carolina cemented her position as the frontrunner. However, despite her strong connection with Grant, Carolina found herself at the heart of the show's turmoil. This drama would eventually lead to her downfall. Many contestants on The Bachelor Season 29 thought Carolina was pushing boundaries. Her first infraction came during the first group date when she participated in a group performance challenge and ultimately won. While the other women were enjoying themselves on stage, Carolina straddled and kissed Grant, drawing both admiration and ire. This was just the beginning of a series of events that would paint Carolina as the season's villain. She monopolized Grant's time at every opportunity, much to the frustration of the other women. While Grant clearly had a connection with Carolina, her frequent involvement in drama harmed his relationships with the other contestants and made his journey to find love even more difficult. Carolina continued to be the center of controversy. The women were already irritated by her actions on stage, but tensions reached a boiling point during the following week. After another successful one-on-one date, Carolina was riding high, but the group outing that followed shattered her confidence. Rose, one of the contestants, made an offhand comment to Grant about thinking of her while dancing with the other women. Carolina took offense to this and interrupted his conversation with another contestant, Natalie, to confront him. Grant, frustrated by the miscommunication, confronted Rose, who was so devastated by the situation that she ultimately chose to leave the competition. Despite the drama, Grant continued to value Carolina's honesty and kept her in the competition. However, Carolina's behavior continued to cause rifts. She frequently questioned the concept of the show, expressing doubts about committing to Grant after just one date. While her concerns were valid, her constant complaints annoyed the other women, who saw her as ungrateful. Juliana attempted to mediate, but Carolina remained defensive and dismissive. This cycle continued for weeks, as Carolina's emotional outbursts kept Grant's attention locked on her. While she was successful in securing his focus, it came at the expense of his relationships with others. For Kelsey, this trip reaffirmed Joey's commitment to their relationship, reminding her why she fell in love with him in the first place. As they continue to build their life together, Joey and Kelsey remain focused on their individual aspirations while supporting each other unconditionally. Joey is considering opportunities in sports broadcasting and television hosting, leveraging his newfound fame to carve out a career beyond reality TV. Kelsey, on the other hand, is working on launching her own lifestyle brand, which will encompass fashion, beauty, and wellness content. Their future together remains uncertain in some ways, but one thing is clear: they are willing to put in the work to make their relationship last. They understand that love is not just about grand gestures but also about the everyday moments of connection and understanding. Whether they are physically together or miles apart, Joey and Kelsey are determined to keep their love strong, proving that even under the scrutiny of Bachelor Nation, true love can endure. Thanks for watching. If you likes this video, do not forget to subscribe my channel and do not miss any update.